Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. So today we have Rashika with us. Rashika, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Rashika. I work as a software developer at JustPay. I've been learning about React since my college first year, and ever since then I've used it everywhere. Let it be my job, my internships, my personal projects, and group projects.
So why did you choose React? Like there are many languages and frameworks out there. What made you choose React specifically?
Yeah. So if you come from, if you're interested in web development, especially front end development, you will see there are many problems when you start building something from scratch, like CSS, JavaScript, and HTML, and then you realize that there is a problem in it, and then you look for solutions like libraries that helps to uh, increase the speed of yours of developing something,
Right.
and then you need good frameworks and libraries to work. So there are multiple frameworks and libraries to do so, but there are so many reasons to select to React itself. React, especially if we talk about its technicality, it uses something like virtual DOM, so that increases the use of components. It's helped, it like promotes you to reuse components, and it work with the virtual DOM, and somehow it improves the performance of the application. Even if you just keep aside its technicality, like its technical advantages, learning React, but you can see that React is being used everywhere
Right.
nowadays. Let it be a big MNC like Google, Facebook, and a startup. There are multiple startup who will pick up React as and they'll use React in their front end. So this kind of things keeps a really like skillful React developer in demand always. And you asked me like why did you pick it up as from like all the others frameworks. So you see, learning React is comparatively easy from other frameworks and library also. And you see how popular it is. So it has a very built community, like tons of online courses, and there will be people, there are libraries, and there are dev tools which will help you eventually if in future you stumble upon something, so you can find the solution on internet also.
So like from what you just told, we just got to know that it has a easier learning curve and it has a good market value. Like companies, big tech companies or MNCs or startups, everybody is hiring for React. So you can easily get a job in React, right?
Yeah, even if you see there are new framework libraries now like Next.js and Page, they also required to for you to have a understanding of React, and over it you'll start learning them. So learning React is like it's a very good thing. It's like adding something very useful to your resume, and it will always help you, I think.
So Rashika, if someone is new and they want to learn React from the very scratch and they don't know anything yet, what would be the correct way to proceed with it? What is the right way to learn React in today's time?
Before we start the rest of the video, let's understand that React is a highly in-demand field, and if you want to become a front-end developer at your dream company, then you need to learn the tech stacks properly, you need to have a good hand on implementation, and you need to have some good projects in your portfolio. And let me tell you how Cryo can help you with all of that. So as we all know, Cryo's motto is learn by doing. So they focus on implementations, they focus on making you learn the right skills by building projects, building industry-grade real-life projects, by doing which you can get placed in the top product-based companies. Cryo has already helped a lot of students in getting placed. You can take the example of Ayush or Hardik, who have gotten placed in Swiggy as a front-end developer, and many more people who have cracked their dream company as either a front-end developer or a back-end developer. So in Cryo structured curriculum, you'll be learning both front-end, both back-end, whichever field you want to go into, everything about it, along with some cool projects and along with problem-solving skills and DSA, which is also important for freshers. So if you do want to crack your dream company, if you want to learn the right skills, and if you want to make the dopest projects, then you can join Cryo. And there's a link in the description. From there, you can book a free trial and see the course for yourself. And now let's get back to the video.
So yeah, if you are a beginner in React, so there are a few steps that you need to follow. And the first step will be to cover up the prerequisites. So I will suggest you to go with CSS, HTML and JavaScript first. and brush up your basics over them. So especially in JavaScript, there are some topics that you really need to cover. For example, like higher order functions, asynchronous programming, promises. These are very crucial things that you'll encounter later while building something in React. So you need to brush them really well. And once you are you're done with them, it's important to know how it's important to build project over it, because eventually when you start learning React now, you'll learn what's the difference React brings and why actually it came into picture, what actually it makes easy, comparative to the traditional way of developing something. When you start learning React, first of all, don't try to just dive into it. Learn about actually what React is, like what it actually do. Study about virtual DOM. Study about how it manipulates the virtual DOM efficiently so that it reduces the rendering of different components, how it reduces the amount of code you need to write from the traditional ways. And once you're over it, there are some although the learning graph of learning React itself is comparatively easy, but there are some things that you need to understand before building anything over it. So go through topics like props, what is state, go study functional components, class components, study about useful hooks study about React hooks like use states and use effect, keys and list. These are few things that you need to learn before building anything. Once you're done with the basics of when you're done with the basics, start a project, build a small project. You can pick up like something, a to-do list in React. That will is just for to connect everything that you have learned till now. It will help you a lot to understand, and while building those projects, deeply study and understand how you're transferring states between different components, how you're able to reuse components. And once you're done with it, move toward more professional and hard things. For example, one of the very important things as a React developer is to understand how you're going to maintain a state. And because state is something that you're going to use it in different components, so you don't want to create a copy of that same state everywhere. So for that, we even have libraries now like Redux, Recoils, that are that people use. Even I have been we also use something like Recoil and Redux for managing state itself. So you need to study that, study about handling forms, taking user input. These are the advanced skills that you will eventually move towards. And the best thing will be to whatever you study, just practice it and build projects. And whenever you build projects, try to include something which is challenging, and it might take time and effort to build it, but it will eventually enhance your skills. For example, pick a e-commerce project and build it from scratch. Let's take that project itself will help you learn a lot about state management, and that project itself will help you to build to learn a lot about state management. After that, you can pick up something like a WhatsApp or a chat application, something like a video calling and audio calling app. These things will help you understand how in real time you share data, how things work. So whenever you pick, it's onto you what type of project you want to build, but always try to pick something challenging enough. Always try to implement challenging features that at the end, so you can learn something really helpful from it. And if you're up till now, you've been following everything, and now you want to skill up so that you cannot do on your own for sure. So you need to, I think the best way will be to collaborate with someone who is also as good as you in this skill. Work with them, learn about their coding principles, how they're using and how they maintain components, everything. Not just about coding, you need to understand how you maintain your project also. After that, you can go towards open source also. I believe that open source project are the best way to be a professional in this or any stack, I'll say, because when you see and look at project or open source projects, you'll not just see how a professional writes code in React, but you'll also understand how scalable code is written and how it's maintained, what is the file structure. So at the end, definitely go and get inspired by others code, try to look up for projects open source as much as you could, but only after when you're done practicing and making your own tough projects, then you can go for
For
it.
tough projects, one more thing people can do, like there are many clones of the e-commerce website that you told. So in that we can add some new feature of our own, like to learn new things like that.
Yeah, if you're talking about like resources, then I'll say when I started learning, so I was not even in my school. I haven't got we got like a subject to study computer science and all, but I never was that much interested in my school.
Yeah.
But when I started learning it, I started with the CSS, HTML, and JavaScript only. So for that, there are so many resources now in Udemy, Coursera, and like Free Code Camp. You have heard about it.
Yeah.
So there's so many things that you can go. They have like 1 hour and 2 hour long videos. That are more than enough. Trust me, like starting in React, you don't need to be an expert in any of these things. But yeah, you should understand them this much. Like you'll be able to
Like understand what is written.
actually how these three things work together.
Right.
You that much you need to understand, because eventually at the end you have to go back to the documentation again and again and learn. You can never stop learning about them, but understand enough so you know you'll be able to make understand the difference what React brings.
Yeah.
After that, when you start learning React, there are so many courses, but there's something that is been very useful is React document itself. You can refer it. It's a really well documented document. At the first, when you're very new and beginner, you might not understand the technical stuff like a lot, but once you go through someone's video, when you'll get it, I think the React document, it's that document they'll be keep coming back to it because it's really well written. So yep, I'll say yeah. And you talked about projects, so there are people in YouTube. You'll find so many people are creating projects and then posting it. It's a good way to start your own project, but to keep interested in it, I'll suggest you to think of an idea of your own that you wanted to implement.
Yeah. Because most of the students face this problem only ki we have learned this how what project will differentiate us from the rest of the people, and what project should we put forward in our resumes, because that only differentiates the resumes with the rest of the people.
Yeah.
That's a big worry. So
Yeah, actually, there are few things. That's what I said. Few things that you see repeating in so many places. For example, let's pick of any big company or any big businesses. Say like it's an Amazon, Flipkart. They maintain so much data, and that data is like being used everywhere in every component. For example, if you wanted to make a clone, so you need to know a skill called state management. You need to learn how you're going to create a container for state only, and then you're going to pull everything from there. So these are few things that you need to master. For example, if you see for example, if you're using WhatsApp and all, how real-time data works. So these are few things that you need to work or make project over. So that's why because these are being used everywhere at the end, in every app and all. So if you know them, then definitely, if your project have them, definitely then you'll be able to make a difference.
like if you have implemented them before in your project, you will be able to use that skill on your own.
Yeah, and that actually is not very easy also. As the things grows, that things are actually hard, and to implement it to make the code scalable, that is even harder. So if you have done that in your personal project, then it's a sign that you're capable of doing so. So you need to think about it, and eventually when you build big projects and you have so many components, it is important to understand how efficiently you're going to render your components. That's when you create your own custom hooks. You use like complex hooks like context, memo. So these things which are very complex and hard, you need to implement them in your project. That's all.
So as we just discussed how you can learn React and what should be the path, so is data structure and algorithms also required for React rules?
Yeah, it actually depends also a lot on the company's recruiting process, because if you see, there's there are startup, there are company who prefer people who have more experience in React, and they should have at least good knowledge about it. But eventually there are companies also who he'll even for React role or any other stack role, they will ask you or have like at least one technical interview round also in between, in which they'll expect you to know DSA also. Yeah. So I think to answer this question, as looking from a someone who's preparing to crack good companies, you cannot never like skip DSA anywhere at any role. I will say DSAs are the very foundation of this computer science and technical part. So you cannot never leave it. There are some places where your experience as a React developer matters a lot,
Right.
but you cannot be like you never be sure about it. It's not like 100% like nobody is going to ask about DSA. I myself never left working on DSA because I know it's not a choice,
Yeah.
and you can like you cannot expect you can expect like you sometimes people might not focus more on algorithms, but data structure is something that is everywhere, right? So data structure you cannot miss, you cannot ever skip it. But yeah, I will suggest if somebody who's trying to prepare for a good crack a good company, that never skips DSA. Keep practicing it, work on your React skill, that is eventually going to give you an edge, but make sure you pass the DSA round also. It's very important.
Yeah, right. So, like, I guess it can be something like product-based companies can ask more of the DSA because, like, they judge you on that basis, and startups need you to like know that part on which they want
Yeah,
to go.
that's actually true. Like big companies and MNCs might not even ask you about React sometimes. Like they even like if you see, they might even like all of your round can be of like DSA only also.
Right, right.
Yeah, so it that too for React role. So it is something like, especially in MNCs,
Right.
you can expect that there will be at least one DSA round in the process. But startup eventually, they, as you know, the startup they require people to have that skill specifically because that's all like required to build. They'll move into building something. So you need to they care about the experience a lot than MNCs, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that case, also like it will as it could be purely over React also. If we can expect your interviews to be over React only, your projects, and that's all.
Yeah, so coming to the question that the viewers would be waiting for the most, what is the salary range can React developers expect?
Yeah, so you see, React is highly in demand. So from startups to MNCs, like you can see it being used everywhere. So even in like at very experienced role, people ask for a good developer. You have like roles like senior React developers also. So if you're a fresher and you can expect like more than 20 plus or 15 plus package and an average, it's like a little bit less also, it's like growing startup and all, but there is no like, there isn't like there is no scope of earning more in it. As like as you grow yourself or you go and sit for a very big company who uses, you can expect even higher packages, like just like an SD role. React, it comes under an XD role exactly. Like if people won't in MNC especially, they won't ask you to special like the role will not itself say React developer, it will be an SD role, but they'll
You will be working on
you'll be
that.
working on React. So you can expect in a good company, so it will be a very good, nice, tempting package. But the thing about it is like as everywhere we see React, so it starts from a very small startup also to go and it goes like a very big company also. So it's on you whether how you crack it, and if you can land into a very nice job also, like a very big company with a very high package of like 40 50 plus also, or you can see and work in a startup. Even in startup nowadays, very big and like promising startups that are growing, they ask for if they're asking React as a skill in you and you crack it, you can have around say like a base of 20 plus 25 plus in it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So, on a final note, what advice would you like to give to the viewers watching this video?
So yeah, so it's like somebody who's trying to learn React. For them, it will be ki practice, like whatever you learn, try to build projects out of it. That will be the best advice, and keep doing it. And somebody who has a stage, who wanted to be a professional, I suggest you to go towards open source more. There are projects, they are built on React, and they are maintained by very like a community. People usually go and push into those projects, so it's good to learn from them. You learn a lot, and the key is only practicing. Practice, practice, practice. Whatever you can do, you do it. Think of projects that you wanted to do. If you're not very motivated as a beginner and you still wanted to make good projects, get like your friends who are good in it, or still you're pursuing the same thing, ask them to be with you, work in group. That's how I make my first React project, in a group.
Collaboration like helps us to pushing us
Yeah,
forward.
especially those people are really motivated, you will feel
Right.
betraying them.
Because we are like, one day we are motivated, other day we are like, nah, we are not feeling like it. So that circle, your friendship helps you to push you.
Especially if you're working in a really good team. Let's say not if you're building a project for a hackathon and all, you have a team, you'll have very like positive feedbacks, and you can work over it. Especially when you build your own project, it will be everything will be, you will decide it. But if you have someone to give feedback over it, and you can improve it really well. So that's all. The key itself is practice and practice. Keep practicing it. That's all.
So that was very great. And as a token of appreciation for all your efforts, I have a small gift for you. Thank you so much for helping out students and coming on the channel.
Oh, thank you so much. I was not expecting this.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing, liking this, following Rishika and me on our socials. Thank you.
Bye bye.